Hey class, listen, if you're not liking this video, you need to go ahead and do so. All right. Because this episode alone was enough for you to like the video because we are about to talk about it. All right. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right now. Okay. We got to talk about episode 4 because it was so good and yet bittersweet all at the same time. We got to get into some things. Okay. Let's talk about it. So the episode starts off with Tiffany, okay? Well, really, the episode starts off with everybody going to breakfast, okay? My notes start off with Tiffany, but the previous night, it was time for somebody to be eliminated. The traitors went outside to let all of the people that were on the line plead their cases, right? And they had some very compelling arguments as to why each person would be the best person to go, okay? We get to the breakfast room at some point as Tiffany flows in the room after Dorinda. Tiffany asks Dorinda if she can imagine Lisa Rinna tied to a tree. When I heard that, I said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." Okay. When I heard that, I was like, Tiffany, so are you starting to be on to Lisa Rinna? Are you starting to think that Lisa Rinna could be a traitor? Because why would you even say that? Can you imagine Lisa being tied to a tree? I'm like, girl. But anywho, Rob is trying to lay low and act like a faithful. That's what he's trying to do. But when I tell you guys, so many times when Rob is in the room, I don't know how they don't catch on to the fact that Rob is a traitor. um Rob doesn't always give much critique, advice, notes. He doesn't really say a lot. If anything, Rob is going to give you more facials than he gives anything else. But I absolutely love that he's flying under the radar. I feel like nobody's suspecting Rob because they like Rob. Like everybody in the house about got a crush on Rob, right? But also I think it's Rob's personality, just a little piece to kind of like I'm just gonna chill. Like I'm just over here with it. I'm just chilling or whatever the case is. So I feel like he entered the space like that. So and he's maintained the consistency of laying low in a sense. So I feel like that's his personality, and then it works a little bit. But I'm still surprised that y'all not even considering him. He's not coming up in conversations, but I like it at the same time. Now everybody is pretty much figured out in their mind. Everybody has pretty much figured out the minds of the traitors, right? Because as the people are sitting in the room, they're trying to identify based on everybody that was up for elimination, Ron, Kristen, Eric, and Caroline. They're trying to identify why the traitors would or would not kick off some of these people, right? They feel like if they kicked off Kristen and Eric, it would kind of throw their sense off, right? Just a little bit, I guess. Um, right? It wouldn't link back to them in a sense because these two individuals themselves kind of lay low. They said if they save Ron, then that would lead us to believe that Ron is the traitor, or that's what the traitors would want us to believe, that he is a traitor, right? And I said, y'all are on the money with how y'all thinking about this, but y'all have been looking completely in the wrong directions, okay? Now, Rob gives them the play on what happened. I'm sorry, not Rob, but Ron, because Ron walks into the room. Once Ron walks into the room, I think it was Maura or somebody that was like, oh, shocking. Like, okay, yeah, we know he's back, right? I think I put it in my notes at a later time, but let's keep going. So Ron gives them the breakdown because Monét is like, okay, so for every person that comes in the room, like, let's try to question them to see what the experience was like and see whose story may stand out in so many words to identify, oh, that person may be a traitor because your story isn't lining up with this person's, right? So then Rob gives them the play or whatever, lets them know everything that went down. And then in his confessional, he says that he heard the tightest, lightest little feet. And he's just like, I heard these little bitty feet. And y'all know the whole time I'm thinking it's Candiace. I feel like they put the camera on Candiace because we all are thinking that it's Candiace. And then he goes in. I feel like he leaned in, maybe not, but he gives the same reaction that he gives to Porsha, right? And he's like, it's Maura. Like he's so convinced. Like when Ron says things, he says it like he knows for a fact this is what it is. The way I busted out fucking laughing so hard, I'm like, yo, don't be acting cocky like you did with Porsha. Okay, don't be doing that because you already know where that got you. You were so sure that it was Porsha. Now you over here being so absolutely sure that it's Maura. But he not wrong in how he's approaching it because honestly, he's approaching it similar to damn Colton's ass, to be honest with you. But I said, you know what? We might have to keep Ron a little longer. Okay, we might have to keep him a little longer because he is hilarious. The way that he be so sold on certain people is hilarious, right? Now Rob tells them that he thinks it's I'm sorry, I keep saying Rob, but Ron tells them that he thinks that it's 3 traitors. Because they asked him, how many do you think? And he's like, oh, I think it's 3. Now, at this point, Candiace is in the room. So Candiace, I personally felt was looking real nervous. And I was like, girl, you're going to have to pull it together. You're going to have to pull it together, Miss Spam. I can't take it. Okay? Like loosen up. Like throw the sin off. Like she started doing other stuff and grabbing her food and all of this and making facials. And I'm just like, girl, calm down. Now, Monét asked Michael when he walked around the people. So Michael is in the room too. So Monét, he said, I got a question. Okay, so Michael, when you were walking around the people who was tied up, who was with you? I hollered, okay? Oh, Monét. I have enjoyed you, okay? Monét was hilarious, all right? Basically insinuating that Michael was a traitor. Michael didn't know how to respond to it. And Michael like, listen, I'm just trying to lay low. Clearly my mouth has gotten me in trouble. Ooh, child. Clearly my mouth has gotten me in trouble, so I want to be careful with that. Now, Lisa Rinna does arrive, right? Everybody's happy. Oh, Lisa, woo, 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 woo. And she has to explain what happened last night. So I feel like Lisa personally gave too much detail. She's like, first, let me get some tea. Let me get something to lubricate my throat. Okay, let me get a little something. So then she tells them everything that happens, right? And she was shocked because she wasn't expecting that. And when they talked about questioning everybody about what happened and them being tied up and who tied them up and all of that, getting all the details, I didn't even think of Lisa my damn self. So I'm sure Lisa didn't think about the fact that they were going to ask her that question. So she had to give the full play. And then she's like, Ron, you were there. So how was it for you? Baby, he was like, you pretty much gave a play-by-play. I holler. The way that these other people have been doing the work for the Traitors, it really just makes it that much more exciting and fun to watch, but also sad at the same time when you see people get villainized for things that they not even doing. Like, it's bad too, but it's so entertaining, especially when you like the Traitors, right? I could see if it was Traitors. If Colton was a traitor, baby, I don't think I would like him. I think the same cockiness he shows now, he would show as a traitor too. I don't think there's a way to turn it off with him in my personal. But who knows? Okay, Colton may be a good actor. Then he go over there taking his ass down to the Bachelor acting, so ain't no telling. So yeah. Yeah. But anywho, I don't like Colton. That's the short answer. But I like these traitors that we do have, and I think that's what makes it exciting when you like them. If it's some traitors that you don't really like that, it's like, hurry up and find these people out, right? Either way, it's time for more people to come into the room, and Eric is alive. And y'all know I said I felt like Eric was going to be one of the people that was dead based on the fact of how things were lining up in the previous episode. So I guess it was just lining up that way because they wanted to pretty much show that his partner left him in the dust, okay? So now it's between Caroline and Kristen. And that's when I thought, like, okay, they probably going to eliminate Caroline, right? But it could go either way because I felt like they had a good, compelling story for each one. And come to find out, they ended up eliminating Caroline. And they show the flashback of what happened at night. And Candiace told her, when Caroline was like, why? Candiace said, you talk too much. I said, that was real quick. Caroline thought they bonded. Rinna said, too bad. Back to Dubai you go. I said, that Rinna is ruthless, honey. Caroline says, that's fine. I'll see you guys around. I'll see you at BravoCon. Lisa said, no, you won't. Good job. Y'all better get y'all acting chops on. You hear me? And I said, this was a great choice to throw the scent off the housewives and for people to believe that it could be gamers that's doing this or someone else. Good job. Okay. And y'all know Lisa Rinna didn't give a damn because she voted for Porsha damn near the first night. Okay. At one of the first or second missions, she choosing Caroline to get the hell up out the chair instead of going to Tiffany, getting Tiffany up. So Lisa didn't care nothing about it. Okay. Now, Rob be wanting to laugh so bad when people get eliminated. And I'm with you. Like, Rob, we see each other because it's not just laughing at the fact that these people are gone. It's laughing at the fact that a lot of these folks in here fake as hell, okay? Acting like, oh my God, I hate that they're, hate they gone, but you really glad that it ain't you. So Hilarious, right? So they asked Kristen about what happened, and she is telling them the story. And then Jam asked about the ceremony, and they was like, ceremony? I'm like, here he go with these words, similar to Porsha slipping up, similar to Michael slipping up. Ceremony. Everybody like, how? Why would he call it a ceremony? What is that? Right? But then also at the same time, y'all are clued in on the wrong damn clues. Okay, that's what's going on too. It's not only them having slip ups, but y'all are tuned into the wrong cues in my or clues in my opinion. Now Tiffany is on a mission to convince the people to vote for Jam, Ron, or Michael. But there's a particular order that she's trying to go in, and right now she's trying to start off with Jam, but she could do Jam or Ron. In all honesty, so Candiace is still focused on Ron though. And Tiffany tells Kristen that she thought that she was smart too, right? She was like, I thought that you was finna get eliminated or whatever. She's like, why you said it? She said, because you smart. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I thought that they was finna like clap you for real. So she lets her know that she thinks that it's Ron, Jam, and Michael, right? Because what they're hearing is, I believe it was, what's his name? Ron said he thought he heard about 3 traitors or something like that. I think Eric said he heard 4. And then when it comes to Kristen, I think she said she may have heard 2 or something like that. So anywho, I think for Tiffany in her head, okay, if you heard 3, I think those 3 definitely fit in that rank. Ron, Jam, and Michael. And I'm like, Tiffany, even think about that. They want to have all men being the traitors. I wouldn't think they would at least throw a woman in there. Either way, Colton approaches Monét and says that he wants to take Tiffany completely out and breaks down his complete theory. He says, I think, well, in my personal, okay, I let me say this for me. I don't feel like Colton only went after Tiffany because he does think that she is a traitor alone. I think that Colton went after Tiffany because she is smart. And I'm going to go and put this out here and I'm going to let y'all do with it what y'all want to do with it. How many black women did we have this year? Porsha, Candiace, Tiffany. Okay, they didn't want to get rid of Donna, but it was clearly obvious, and they had to. Especially, a lot of people really voted for voted based on what the house was going to decide on. Right now, you done got Tiffany up out of there. You done got Porsha up out of there. I'm gonna be real honest, Candiace, girl, just look over your shoulder, honey. Be careful. Anywho, I think that Colton, I think that he didn't think that she was just a traitor, but she was smart as hell, and he knew that. And I think he also makes his decisions based on like, okay, if it came down to the wire, who probably could beat me? Okay, but anywho, so that's that. Colton tells Natalie and Kristen about how he's going after Tiffany. He's telling the whole house, and what's crazy is that Tiffany don't know. You should be at least aware that everybody coming for you. So Monét tells Candiace that Colton is going for Tiffany, and Candiace like, no, I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. Like, what are we doing here? Now it's time to get to the mission, okay? They go into the woods to find the hidden spear. Okay, they got to find the hidden spear, set it on fire, drive it into the beast, and every time a beast burns, they have to shout out the name of the person that they want to lose protection from the shield tonight, right? So you won't be protected. Whatever. Now, Colton's whole goal is I'm trying to get Tiffany out. I got to hurry up and find as many spears as possible to try and keep out my name in the running. When I tell you the producers must favor Colton a little piece, because I'm like, everybody running up there, but ain't nobody mentioning his name is crazy. But let's get into it. So Monét is starting to think that Lisa may be a traitor, and he doesn't want to partner with her, but he is stuck with her at the end of the day. Because I think there ended up being like 4 groups. They had to split off in groups. He didn't really want to partner with her, but she was like right there, and she ended up being in his group. Whatever. First of all, I would not want to be on a team with Johnny at all. The way Johnny left Eric at, so I would have been like, we already know you don't know how to go in the woods and come back out. Okay? We already know you be in there forever. Don't play this time, because you got help. You better hurry up and get in and out. I mean, which is slow. Like, he just be moving he don't be as prompt as I need him to be. So Michael over there grabbing dolls. Somebody said, I got a doll. I thought we was grabbing spears. Like, why is you hollering about a doll that you done grab? I didn't hear him say nothing about no dolls. He said the dolls are supposed to guide you to the spears, not take the dolls and go do Michael, go sit the hell down somewhere. So Candiace group decided to do Tiffany, right? She didn't want them to do that, but in an effort to throw the scent off her, she had to rock with it. So she said, all right, fine, so they run up there, burn the spear, put it into the beast, they yell Tiffany's name. Now Tiffany finds out about this and she said, I know the fuck they didn't. I know the fuck they didn't. No, they did not. So she running, and it's her team's turn. She said, y'all, you might as well do one of them bitches there. They just set me on fire. Woo, Tiffany too damn real, baby. I love it. Because if them wouldn't have been my exact words, do one of them hoes. Actually, probably wouldn't have been BITs. It would have been, do one of them hoes. Okay, burn one of them hoes. So they gave her the spear. She burned it. She ran up there. Oh, no! Baby, I was living for this whole portion, okay? I was living for it. Tiffany and me. I love Tiffany. I will give you that, girl. Like, I need her on more of these shows, okay? So Rob and his team got Michael. So Michael chose Tara. And when Michael chose Tara after he had got burned, he decided on Tara after Tara's team burned him, right? Or used his name to burn the beast. Baby, the way he kept yelling, Tara! Tara! He said that like it ain't like I got. And Alan had to come and say, clearly, Michael hasn't grasped the concept of the game that you only need to say the name one time. Love it. Love it. And honestly, I would have been yelling Tara. And that's what he was saying, Tara. Because we have this road in Georgia, down there in Jonesboro, called Tara Boulevard. And when I tell you I hate Tara Boulevard, I feel like it's extremely long. It's been a long periodically time since I lived in an area where like I feel like the police be lurking in the cut and stuff. Like I just do not like Tara Boulevard. So I refer to Tara Boulevard, which is spelled Tara, as terror. Terror. Okay? Terror Boulevard. But anywho, that's all I was thinking about when he was like, Tara. I was hollering. Baby, that man is crazy. So Maura, she irritates me. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, what did she say? What Tia said on Real Housewives of Potomac? Maura agitates my spirit because she gives a lazy a piece to me. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like, girl, get in the paint. Like, you getting on my nerves. Like, I'm like, either you're just lazy or you just got this big crush on Rob. Rob, you're partnered with me. You see me. Okay. And then when Rob trying to save you, you doing the bare minimum. You want to sit up here and just like, yell, give him anxiety the last time. And it's like, when it's time to run up out the woods, like, girl, we just running a few feet, like it's right here. She's like, oh, pick me up. So he carries her. I'm just like, it's too much. Like, girl, Maura, you bothering me, girl. You better not make it far. You better not make it far. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm gonna need you to be out in the next few episodes, girl. I'm being honest, okay? At this point, I'm screaming, why is nobody saying Colton's name? Like, what is going on with y'all? Why is nobody yelling Colton's name to set him on fire? Like, was he already protected from something? Like, I'm confused. When it gets down to the final wire, and it's the last beast that needs to be burned, they say Jam. Of course, it's Colton's team that says it. Somebody else yells. I can't think of that guy's name with the hair. I hate that I can't think of his name, but he says Jam, and baby, Jam starts crying. He starts crying when he was chosen. It was what it was. Now, later on, Natalie asks Rob if he's a traitor asks Ron. I keep saying Rob. Natalie asks Ron if he's a traitor or faithful. And Tiffany just sit up there chilling. She like, now, Natalie, baby, what that's supposed to do? I hollered. I'm like, what is that supposed to do? You really think that man finna look you in your face and then be able to tell you, like, which one he is in this particular moment? You thought you was going to be able to see a reaction on his face that's going to tell you what it is? Oh, okay. So Ron says he's a faithful and says by the time she believes him, he'll be gone. Okay? I said, I know that's right, Ron. But it's okay. It's okay. Now, Maura learns about Ron thinking that she's a traitor. So she's learned about this, so she's upset. So she's like, you coming for me? I'm coming for you. Colton goes and tells a group and Jam Jam about him wanting Tiffany out and how he has Jam Jam's back, right? So I think they're in the kitchen at this point. And he's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to flip it tonight. I'm going to flip it tonight. And it's like, y'all don't be hearing those clues. Y'all hear other clues, but y'all don't be listening to the clues or things that Colton says that would make him a dang old traitor. Hello, I'm going to flip it tonight. The fact that he says he's going to flip it tonight is enough to say that he got y'all wrapped around his finger in so many words. And when he flips a story that y'all going to go with it, and this is like y'all third time going with it. So... okay, girl. So Colton tells him that he tells Jam Jam that, you know, Tiffany been smiling in your face, but she been dragging you all last night. She been dragging you behind your back. He not lying with that part though. And it's not that she been dragging him, but yeah, true enough, yeah. She feels like he's the person. But I mean, you ain't doing no different. You doing the same thing Tiffany doing to him to Tiffany. So, okay. Anywho, Candiace walks in the kitchen. She said, we not closing no doors around here. What's all of this? I know that's right, Candyland. Go in there and tell them, what we doing? Open the doors. Open the doors. It's not giving close those doors. No, open these doors, okay? So she tells the group that she's not on the Tiffany hate train, the Tiffany kick out train. She's not on that train because she's still aiming for Ron. And what I do like is Candiace maintaining her consistency. So even if she's wrong in that, she stayed consistent. She didn't switch up like different names because they'll use that against you too, right? Like they did with Michael in the Porsha situation. Like, oh, you voted for this person, so you're out, yada, yada, yada. Now, I guess that could potentially work against Candiace at some point. Like you were so focused on getting Ron out because you needed him as a deflector every week or whatever. So, I mean, like they could figure that out, but I feel like her being consistent and going for Ron every time kind of works in her favor in my personal. But y'all let me know your thoughts on that, right? Now, Tiffany thinks her plan is working for the three male faithfuls that she's trying to get out. Whole time, she don't know that they working against her. Baby, they get to this round table. It was quiet for a little piece, and then Colton bust out and said, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, like, I'm going after you. Okay, you're the traitor that I'm going after tonight. So he calls out her plan to go for Ron, Jam Jam, and Michael. And he said that, you know, you laid out a strategy, you know, when you mentioned their names, but you didn't really lay out facts. And I'm like, N-I-G-G-A, sir, you're laying out. You, sir, you, Colton, are laying out a strategy right now, but you ain't laying out facts either. What we talking about? Because what are your real facts for going after Tiffany? You don't even have none. All you have is that she mentioned Ron, Jam Jam, and then Michael. At this point, I do wonder, I can't remember who Colton was going for first, but Colton, are you trying to get all the women out the house? Is this about to be a girls versus guys type of thing? I don't know. But anywho, because who did they kick out first with Donna? Who went before Donna? It was, okay, so Ian was murdered. I think Porsha was the first one to be banished. Yeah, you went for Porsha the last time, and then you only went for Donna because, in my personal one, you heard more people mentioning her name. And number two, you wanted to appear as consistent. And number three, if you stuck with Donna the second time, like you was kind of thinking about her the first time, it will allow more of the people in the house to trust your whack ass. That's why I'm so glad you are not a traitor. Okay? You're a treacherous faithful, but you're not no traitor, and I'm glad. Okay? But anywho, so he says the game changes so quickly, and I struggle to have one single name. No, you don't. You don't struggle to have one single name. You always got names ready to load up. So she tells him, yeah, and you struggling today because you wrong, but I'm listening. Yes, Tiffany. Yes, and let me tell y'all, Tiffany gonna give you. I'm just here for it. I mean, she's just gonna give you what you need to get. My girl's gonna give you what it is that you need to get. Okay, I said, come on, Till. I'm here for it. Okay, and you struggling today because you wrong, but I'm listening. I know that's right. I know Tiffany wanted to go across that table on Colton. I'm be real honest with you. I would have too. And you have to always remember that this is just a game. It may not always feel like that when you got hundreds of thousands of dollars attached to it. And I got bills that I need to pay for in college I need to take care of. I know that's right. Girl, listen. But when she said that to Colton kind of looked scared. He looked scared, but like, let me just, I mean, you ain't gonna finna punk me in front of everybody, but I'm a little like, whoo, I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, be expecting it. So he feels like she's playing a good game, and she says, no, I'm the smartest. I'm definitely smarter than you. Be clear. No. I'm definitely smarter than you. He said, oh, the smartest traitor. And she said, Ian and Rob were my number one. And I couldn't go for a gamer. But Jam would. Okay? Basically, Ian and Rob, before they got kicked out, I was riding with them. They were my number ones. They were the ones I was going to take to the end. I wouldn't go for a gamer. But Jam would go for a gamer. Yikes. And Jam said, I wouldn't. I'm not a traitor. And she said, I didn't say that you were. Okay? I didn't say that you were. But I said that you would. Ooh! Come on, Tiffany. I didn't say that you were, but I said that you would. And I'm not even talking to you. But I'm not talking to you right now. I'm not talking to you right now. Okay? I'm talking to Colton. Baby, I said, Mama Tiffany came out. The mother in Tiffany came out. Okay? She suggested Ron, Jam, and Michael, right? Is what she suggested. I said, Tiffany over here at this table wearing y'all low. Wearing you down. Okay? I'm putting you down. She was wearing y'all down. So Jam tells her that he thinks she's a traitor, and she said, then write my name down. Then write it down. Write my name down then. I said, I know that's right. Because at this point, it's like, I'm over it. I hope y'all lose. I hope all of y'all, I hope the traitors at this point take y'all completely out because y'all stupid. I hope the traitors take y'all completely out because y'all dumb. Yeah. So I was here for Tiffany. I said, yes, Tiffany. Toot. Beep. Honk the horn on that ass, Tiff. Honk the horn on that ass, Tiff. Yes, ma'am. So she said, just because I can think steps ahead of you don't mean that I'm a traitor. Okay, she says, I'm either banished as a faithful or I'm dead as a faithful. Okay, it's just really that simple because the people that I done laid out who I believe to be the traitors, they gonna get me for calling them out and knowing that I'm after them now. Right? I said, baby, she is wearing y'all so low. And I love it. Tiffany tells Ron, listen, I think it's you. Okay? I think it's you, baby. And Ron tells her that she's a bit all over the place. And then she looking like, what do you mean I'm all over the place? Like, well, you been all over the place. Okay? With your damn theories. How about that? And Maura said, oh, I know you're not talking, baby. Talking about somebody all over the place. You a little bit all over the place yourself because I'm trying to figure out why you even mentioned my name to begin with. Oh, I said, clock that. Now, Maura, you been getting on my nerves, but girl, when you stepped in right there, see, one thing Maura gonna do, she gonna slide in. And you know, I'm gonna give you that, Maura. I'm gonna give you that. Because even though you get on my nerves in the challenges, girl, the way you slid in and protected Candiace, the way you slid in and Slick had, I ain't gonna say you had Tiffany back. I feel like you had more of your back than Tiffany back. But the way that you slid in and the timing was perfect, the clock run, you gonna get what you need to get, okay? And I'm gonna give you your things, just a little piece. Understand? Right? So then Ron says, well, I was out there. And when I was out there, I heard very light feet. I heard very light pitter-patter of feet. And Maura calls him a liar and says he did the same thing to Porsha. Okay? She's like, you did the same thing to Porsha, baby. Don't be trying to sit up here and do that to me. Don't be trying to do the same thing to me. I'm not gonna play with it. So Eric speaks up. I have something to say. Okay, Eric, what you finna say? I thought he was finna derail the conversation to Candiace or something. Y'all, I thought he was finna go send us in a different direction. This man said, when I was out there, I was tied up. I heard a voice, you know. When I gave my case, I pled my case, I heard a laugh. And I am 99% sure that it was Tiffany's voice that I heard. Baby, woo! I just want to go back and just let us hear this piece, please. Please, can we just listen to it? I have to find it, y'all. Give me a second. I have to just find that portion because when I tell you I fell out when he said that, I fell out. Let me see. I have got to go to that portion because, baby, that boy said, I thought it was Tiffany. I'm sure I heard Tiffany. Then he goes on to say, I'm a musician and I listen to music over and over. I listen to it over and over. You know what I'm saying? Baby, I said heel fucking hilarious when Candiace threw her hands up like, bitch, I'm outdone. Like, what are we doing? The whole scene was everything to me. Let me see.
No, there's a difference. There's
Let me see.
passion.
Myself yesterday at the murder
I have to plea it.
decision, I gave a plea to the traitors. If you're a traitor, you heard my plea. I said,
traitor, you
if
heard
you
my
murder
plea.
me tonight, I hope that my ghost and the ghost of all the other faithfuls haunt you for the rest of your life. And I heard a laugh.
Candiace think it's her.
I'm 99% sure that laugh was you.
No, fast forward. Let's get back.
A laugh. That laugh was you, Tiffany. I'm a musician.
Bitch, I'm
I
on the
listen
floor.
to
When-
music over and over. I obsess over one song for 40 mixes.
When Candiace did, like, I just can't. I fell the hell out. Like, God, well, he didn't hear this lady's voice. And then you got Colton sitting up here like, yeah, see? Yeah, gotcha. See what I told you? Baby, if y'all don't fucking get Colton up out this house, if y'all do not get Colton up out of this house, okay? Tiffany tells him that he may need to get another career. Baby, I fell out.
Maybe my ears went wrong yesterday because I was so nervous, but it really cemented it for me.
And Rob wants to laugh so bad. Rob like, wow. That man said it really cemented it for him.
Need another career, just
40 mixes. Maybe my ears went wrong yesterday because I was so nervous, but it really cemented it for me.
you might need another career just for while you're here.
You might need another career just for why you're here. Let's go, Tiffany. Baby, you might need another career just for why you're here. Bitch, do you hear what I say? I'm a forever. I am going to forever hold on to that line. Hold the line. I am going to hold on to that. You might need another career just for why you're here. Baby. Ooh, let's go Tilt. Baby, she was wearing them down. You hear me? So she says she has to commend them for doing the work for the Traitors. I said, girl, you ain't never lied. You ain't they doing the work. They are doing a marvelous job. Do you hear me? So she's taking it personal, you know, and she's like, I'm sorry, I should be taking this personal or whatever. Because y'all pretty much doing the work for the Traitors or whatever. But then she kind of goes on to say, I think that's when she said she needed the money. Like, you know, I really need this money. I got college to pay for, all this other stuff. And then Candiace starts to speak up for Tiffany. And she calls out Ron, right? But she doesn't, but you know, when she calls out Ron wants to speak. And then Candiace like, nah, baby, let me finish. Okay. I said, baby, Ron can't get a word in. I kind of feel a little bad for Ron. Not gonna hold y'all, because I know that he hasn't done anything wrong. And I do feel like Ron, to me, is a bit different than everybody else in the house. And you know how you may have like the cool kids versus those kids over there. I do feel like Ron at times is treated like a kid over there and we're the cool ones type of thing. And he's always the guinea pig or the scapegoat in a sense. So I do have that sense of feeling a little bad for Ron, just a little bit. But Ron, I don't feel bad for you when you sit up here and you act like you got all the answers in a sense, so you know for a fact that it's this person, and then you're wrong, because then you end up on the same fence as Colton for me. Right? So then I don't feel sorry for you in that aspect. But yeah, so Candiace is speaking up for her, but she did tell Tiffany, I'll be honest, because you know she still got to throw the scent off herself and say that some of the evidence or the things that he brought to the front, you know, about you, it still kind of makes sense a little piece. You know what I'm saying? Like it does look bad, but I'm going to stick with what I've been saying for weeks, and I'm still on your ass, Ron. It's just that simple for me. Right? So there's that. Okay. Now, Ron says that he voted for Tiffany because he listened. So I think this is where they go around. They go around and it wasn't Ron, it was Rob. So it's time for them to do their voting. So it's enough for talking. Candiace goes first with her voting for Rob. Then they go around the table. I keep saying Rob, but it's Ron, okay? She voted for Ron. They go around the table. Everybody gives their pieces, right? And then when it gets to Rob gonna say, I voted for you, Tiffany, because I listened to Eric's music. And when I tell you that man knows his pitch. Rob, shut the fuck, girl, shut up. Shut up, Rob. And you know, it's hilarious because he's a traitor, but at the same time, that's my good sis Tiffany. So it's like, just hurry up and move forward. Be quiet. Anywho, Colton, I just wrote in all caps that Colton has to go. He voted for Tiffany and says if he's wrong, he'll wear the pie. She's what my girl says. She says, yeah, you sure will, baby. And Eric, I know that's right, Tiffany. Yeah. And the fact that she cried, the fact that she was, like you could just tell she wasn't the traitor to me, you know, but I don't know. Maybe if I was sitting in the room, that would be a different vibe. Maybe I would feel like she was a traitor. So she get up there, she stood up there. I can't remember what all Tiffany said about everything, but she just pretty much said that they deserve what it is that they got. So I want to hear what Tiffany said real quick. Sorry, y'all.
Understand, but I am truly proud of.
Candiace is crying, baby. My girl crying. I wanted to cry too. I felt bad for her.
Before you leave my castle forever, please reveal to us, are you faithful or a traitor?
I told myself coming into this game, be careful with how you are because not everyone will understand. But I am truly proud of the way I played this game. And you all should be proud of yourselves too, because you have proved that you get what you deserve. You all didn't deserve me because I am a faithful.
Look at this fakeness. This is the shit that's pissing me off right
You
here.
get what you deserve. You all didn't deserve me because I am a faithful.
The way I need to clip this, and I'm probably going to have to make this my profile picture. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to make everybody, I'm not profile picture, but thumbnail, I'm probably going to have to make everybody's faces. Because the way y'all was so fake in my personal, the way that y'all are so fake, and then you got the audacity to have your mouth this open, Eric. And Colton, you knew. Come on, Lisa Ray. You knew that lady wasn't who she was. And now you got to sit up here and worry about people probably coming for you. But because your ego is similar to Michael Rapaport, but you know how to control your volume, okay? You might be able to hang around just a little piece longer, okay? Lisa Rinna, you sit over there telling me some, got your praying hands up there to your face, and I'm just like her trying to act surprised and granted, we already know that you're a traitor or whatever the case is. Cool. But it's the fake ass reactions from everybody. Like y'all knew that. Y'all knew deep down in y'all gut that woman was not no damn traitor. But y'all were too afraid to go against the Colton train. And I hate to say it, and I'm finna say it, and people finna be real mad when I make it black and white. But black and white, child, y'all always follow the wrong leader, don't y'all? And see where you motherfuckers end up at. Yeah, go and get them thumbs down ready, because I know you mad at this point. Yeah. Y'all always follow the wrong leader and see where it leads you. But that's what's going on. That's where we at. Y'all knew that. Okay? I said this is Colton's second time getting it wrong. In my personal, I feel like y'all should give Colton the same damn energy that y'all have been giving Ron. But you know why you not, though? Because Colton would be considered one of the cool kids over Ron. But y'all better give him that same energy. But I have to shout out to, I believe her name is Kristen. Okay? Because Kristen over there, she on your head top now. Kristen over there, she don't care. She finna let it all lie. I think it's him. I'm like, that's right, girl. Rally your troops up. Right, because he need to be gone by episode 7. 6, 7. Definitely needs to be gone before Candiace. Okay? So Colton saying he made a mistake and I made it very aggressively. So he says. But then he also follows it up with, but I'm not gonna stop my game plan. Like, yeah, I made a mistake. I made it aggressively, but I'm gonna do it again. That's what he pretty much said. But I'm gonna do it again. Okay. So then Michael says, Rob, Steven, and Colton are the traitors. I say, hey man, get up off Rob's bag like that. Like back up. Just mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. Back up off Rob, okay? So Candiace is stressed because the people she cares about is getting banished, i.e. Porsha and now Tiffany, okay? And she's like sick to her stomach because she is too contributing to the madness of it all, okay? She's contributing to it, unfortunately, with you being a traitor. Woo! So the traitors meet up and it's time for them to decide a murder. And they have to figure it out. And at this point, I really want them to get rid of Colton's as right after that. Don't know how that's gonna play out, but we're gonna get into that in the next episode. But y'all leave your thoughts and comments down below on this episode. How did you feel about Tiffany leaving? What are your thoughts on Colton? How are you feeling about Eric? At this point, I really do wish Eric was the one that they kicked out. Hello? But how do y'all feel about everything from this episode 4? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jamie, that's me. And of course, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cash died at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasted film. I can feel